not a war. It's a pageant. We need a theme, a song, some visuals. We need, it's a pageant. It's like the Oscars. That's why we came to you.
I never won an Oscar.
And it's a damn shame you didn't. But you produced the Oscars.
Yes, indeed I did.
If you never won an Oscar, how would you like an ambassadorship?
An ambassadorship? That's my payoff.
I'm from a land where international bankers own the president. To tell the truth, most folks are hyper hesitant. Strike a nerve and they want to get belligerent. If you don't know the plan, man, you're better off ignorant. You wanna hate, I don't feel compelled to diss you. Accumulate your baubles and trinkets, bells and whistles. That apple pie no longer smells official. You work all day to pay for Israel's missiles. You wanna pay your true respect to the departed. Acknowledge the method by which every war was started. Global controllers rendered the masses lethargic. They could save the planet, why do they choose to starve it? There's long been a cure, why they fight cancer. The right question gets you halfway to the right answer. Polite banter and sight grandeur. What you had in your hand, happy with whatever the man might hand you. Wildest dreams I sip, freshly squeezed pineapple juice, just off the coast of Costa Rica. If you care to take a trip and make those dreams come true, I'll be there, I hope to see ya. This is for the people who cannot believe they're an abomination, thinking a man speaking peace is going to save them, thinking they got dibs on a stolen nation, thinking depraved men lusting power won't enslave them, thinking they're breaking some kind of law just for thinking. I don't think they were thinking at all, thinking that the bottom of the bucket didn't fall, thinking they haven't been raped by a currency cabal, thinking global warming's here and the earth is overcrowded, thinking that they're saving the planet when they don't know about it, thinking what they spray ain't meant to get your thoughts all clouded, thinking that way it's hard to believe they even thought about it, thinking water fluoridation is fighting tooth decay, thinking it's not an industrial waste that they threw away. Forget thinking with the logical think, I'd rather turn on my spigot and enjoy a tropical drink. My wildest dreams I sip, freshly squeezed pineapple juice, just off the coast of Costa Rica. If you care to take a trip and make your dreams come true, I'll be there, I hope to see ya. How can we stay so numb? Is it the fluoride in the water? Now I see the way they come. They will not get my son or daughter. Let me warn you in advance, I'm not a big pharmaceutical fan. If you're pushing your poison, then I'm gonna have to disrespect you. Mr. Vaccine Man, with your vaccine plan, get the fuck off of my lawn or you gonna meet Mr. Heckler. Looking down the barrel of a tool is not cool, and I don't wanna be the one to pull the trigger. But if you pull a syringe and threaten my kins, I'll ask questions right after I end you. Whether you're pushing Demerisol or Splendor, you are now complicit in a genocide agenda. No joke for real, fast burger. I will not be a spoke in your wheel of mass murder. Fact remains, murk is tasked to murk ya. I don't give a fuck what your gullible ass heard of. Soldiers on the front line are dumb animals. Henry Kissinger's words, not mine. In my wildest dreams I sip freshly squeezed pineapple juice, just off the coast of Costa Rica. Baby, we're gonna take that trip and make our dreams come true. Just me, you, and sweet Sophia. I am diametrically opposed to ad hominem attacks and ridicule. Understand, you give that to me, I'm giving to you tenfold. There's a mass genocide plan happening here, and unless you are among the ones carrying it out, you're included. So wake the fuck up or shut the fuck up.
There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all.
All I wanted was the naked truth. Ever since my date of birth, I could never understand the ones who denigrate the words for no reason but their own treason. Eager to murder a turkey because it is the season. Telling the truth to some, it's against the law. They can get their tongues cut out and buried in the shore. Don't lie, you won't hide the purpose. There's no ride that's worth it, so go try the circus. On every level you revel as devils Babylon. They trying to turn your whole entire family to Babylon. Their stories falling quicker than the avalanche. They don't have a chance, that's why they keep them spinning on their Gravitron. All I want is the naked truth. All I want is the naked truth. All I want is the naked truth. All I want is the unadulterated naked truth.
Disconnect your television. Please disconnect your television.
While they got you looking for flying saucers, Bigfoot and Loch Ness monsters, hiding the blatant agenda they using to divide and conquer. Backed by billionaires, they gotta hide they sponsor, while they ridicule anyone who tries to prompt ya. I told you the system's rotten to the core. It's top heavy with pedophiles who love war. Deranged harlots walking your red carpets, idolized for making straight brain dead garbage. They laughing at you cause you don't know how to turn the channel, putting honey boo boo on the motherfucking learning channel. I never thought a Luciferian limelight shine bright as this. I think it's ruined your eyesight. The naked truth is all I seek. The naked truth is all I speak. The naked truth. The naked truth. All I want is the unadulterated naked truth.
Disconnect your television. Please disconnect your television.
Very few things impede the truth I'm trying to give to you. More than that Zionist demon box flickering in your living room. An old design, heavily controlled by swine, manufactured to mold your mind. Your television is devoid of reason. It broke up your family unit and destroyed your freedom. Your television has jammed the cohesion. Trust me, they call it programming for a reason. Just cause it isn't fully recognized yet, don't mean there ain't a great genocide in effect. The evidence is overwhelming and they hate the proof. They hate me too, cause all I'm trying to tell you is the naked truth.
We are rapidly approaching a moment of truth, both for ourselves as human beings and for the life of our nation. Now, truth is not always a pleasant thing, but it is necessary now to make a choice.
Disconnect your television. Please disconnect your television.
Especially when I was standing in front of the Pentagon that night, seeing one of our fortresses pried open by a missile.
Monsanto, it's payday.
That's not necessary.
What's going on, like Marvin Gaye say?
What's happening, brother?
What's happening? It's a rerun, like Raj. Tyrants better get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah.
January the 1st.
What's that?
Codex Alimentary, it's the worst.
The worst
thing in this world you could ever imagine. They gon' ban your vitamins. What the fuck is happening?
Are you a few cents
For your dollar today.
Did you drink lithium water, lithium and fluoride water?
Did you forget your medication today?
Let me know. Are you retarded? Are you really that retarded?
Oh, I'm so eloquent,
Like Charles Bronson, I walk in the spot with Lord Moncton.
your breath is poisoning the wind. You develop a product to possibly stop it.
Can polar bears swim?
There ain't no mother loving doubt. Give me the mic before one of Al Gore's goons drag me out.
Climate gate, some people keep yelling. They don't like the lie, some people keep yelling.
Is this the planet of the apes? Did I awake in deep space in 3978?
What happened to your warming trend? My friend, I mean, didn't New England used to grow grapes? The ice caps are melting. The current carbon tax must be raised. It doesn't seem to be helping. There is no reason to be nervous. Drink your lithium and watch your three-ring media circus. Are you a few cents off of your dollar today? Did you drink lithium water, lithium and fluoride water? Did you forget your medication today? Let me know. Are you retarded? Are you really that retarded? You're sailing on a ship of lies and trickery. If you say that climate change is anthropogenically, the weather has been changing forever for many reasons. The main one is what they call the 4 seasons. And I ain't talking Frankie Valli singing ragdoll. It's all over. The cat is out the bag, y'all. It's such a fraudulent song that they sing. That's why Maurice Strong is hiding in Beijing. The whole UN gang has been caught. And I ain't playing around now for sport. I'ma hunt them down if I ever catch them hanging around my part of town just for not banging my sound. So profound and exciting. You disagree, you get the curse of the Viking. May your toes get froze like the nose of Eskimos, and you're forced to suck Oxford socks while you are hiking. Global warming was the pillar of these globalists. Now it's dead. That's what I said now. That is what the fuck I said now. Every time these jokers try to hide what's the truth, they're gonna die 1,000 times. Cause that's a lie now, baby girl, and I got proof. I'm not even gonna switch this beat up. It's just a 20-second loop. Cause I got poop to make them speed up. I keep fashions teed up. If rappers wanna battle, they better put some money and some weed up. And I only smoke the ace. And if your girl's in the spot, I'm gonna poke her face like the band. There is not one patriot in the land that's fucking with my man, Walter Petty. You ain't ready when I grip higher, learning procedures with creatures because I spit fire. And there is not a thing you can do. You can rap till you're black, you can sing till you're blue. And I don't even write this shit. And if you wanna fuck around, pal, you might just get obsolete. You look like Climate Gate. You're just about to swallow my skeet. I can spit sophomoric rap, but brand one angel is too philosophic for that. So I stay with that bit ba-boom back. You never heard of it before, be gone with that. I stay with intelligent rap. They asking me to dumb it down, I say to hell with all that. I can spit that off the dome for days. My name is Payday, but you can call me Mr. Pays. Have mercy on me. Yeah, peace to my nigga South G's. I wouldn't be here without him. Damn, if you like this beat, you should thank my man Luca. Yeah. You keep me choppy. I'll chop it all day long, like nobody can chop it, baby, cause I'm the king of the chop, bitch. No. Peace to my man Mike Naw and Chris Coward. Holograph Radio. Mr. Payne. Amp Killer. Jordan Page. Every day now. Listen to it every day now. Yeah, if you want the truth, go to polygraphradio.com. Polygraph Radio. You know how to spell it. Truth, music.
Thank you for calling the International Parental Child Abduction Line. Your call is very important to us. Please listen to the entire message as our menu options have changed. If your child has been abducted from the United States, press 1. Into the United States, press 2. To a third world country, press 3. If your child has been abducted from the United States or to the United States and subsequently to a third world country, press 4.
Hey yo, Pop, just got my new black robe, my bench, my new hammer, representing Saturn, the inhibitor. Up in this motherfucker running rings around. And the fact is a felony, it's got me hurting like, aw. Wish it was a misdemeanor, I'd be murking them all. I'm not overly concerned with what you heard on the call. All I have in this world is my word and my balls. So if I testify, you can bet your bottom buck. I do not invest in lies, understand I got them stuck. I'm the judge if you babble on the stand, it can get abrupt. I will put the gavel in my hand and just crush your nuts. I will treat you like a stepchild, chill. If the demons don't get you, then the reptiles will. So understand your selection
expressions in jest. I possess projectiles that put impressions in vests. I'm the greatest of all time, maybe second at best. Comparisons are apples and oranges, checkers and chess. You all go broke like molesters confess. You like a talk show host trying to pester your guests. You could call me Phil Donahue cause I'm blessed to take a mic and make it like you didn't never exist. You think a black robe and a bench is keeping you blessed? I got your number now, don't think I don't know your address. 1-900 murder, 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 I wonder. 1-900 murder, 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 murder by numbers. 1-900 murder, 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 I wonder. 1-900 murder, 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 murder by numbers. Yeah, I just got off the phone with that stupid, clueless, goofy judge wondering how I got his number. You don't know I got his address too. You wanna start playing God, motherfucker? You wanna take a trip to the sky? I'll take you there. Put your hand under your thigh and make you swear. Just know you're betting your balls in whatever you say. And I'm clever with a cleaver, I will send him away with one single lie. The question's your veracity. I don't tolerate a scintilla of mendacity. Barring any unforeseen catastrophe, the Roman in me says that that's the way it has to be. Your double standards don't fit into my plan, fucker. I will chop your balls off right on the stand, sucker. It's not a threat or a plan of attack. It's not even a promise, yo. It's just a matter of fact. Creatures like you don't deserve to exist in the capacity you do, so my purpose is this: to take you off of your pedestal now, before your arrogance and loft gets ever more foul. I won't be using a phone the next time I call back. Lying in my court, you will never get your balls back.
Look at Mr. Sweetie, all this is recorded. The RCMP is recording everything you said.
Fuck you and the RCMP. Get on your horse, judge, come down and see me. Sending FBI minions to my door, don't bother me a bit, cause I dealt with them before. To your judicial misconduct, there's no comparison. Your malfeasance is so blatant, it's embarrassing. You let an abductor escape, again with my child. Understand that's equivalent to rape. That shit ain't funny, judge, you need a better style. 9 out of 10, you a motherfucking pedophile. Everything you said made me wanna chuckle. I wish I could shake your hand, I would break your fucking knuckles. You a goofy motherfucker. You played with kid gloves with this motherfucking abductor. Evidence that I submitted had an ass caught. You should have fined her and took a motherfucking passport. The bottom line is the fact you didn't respect the law. You let my daughter get snatched to motherfucking Ecuador. Who the fuck do you think you are? You ain't God and you are not a superstar. In other words, you are not untouchable. I know where you vacation at, I can fuck with you. Matter of fact, I'm about to get back to nature. If I see you in your habitat, I will decapitate you. 100 murder, 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 I wonder. 1-900 murder, 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 murder by numbers. 1-900 murder, 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 I wonder. 1-900 murder, 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 murder by numbers.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
Well, a child's happiness is priceless, right? Especially on a birthday.
Snap the fuck out of your trance. Turn off your television. Pull up your motherfucking pants. Shit is about to get enhanced. The music's about to begin, you better get ready to dance. Snap the fuck out of your dream. Don't believe a goddamn thing you see on that screen. Shit is way beyond obscene. Warriors are gathering, getting ready to intervene. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon. They forgot the melody, so they made up a new tune. NASA was laughing their asses off at the buffoons, watching this shit thinking it's real when it was just a cartoon. All that shit collapses right in front of your face. The moment you cannot see the stars from outer space. I will have any astronaut's forehead wrinkling when I ask why there's not a solitary star twinkling. Man lands on the moon, what the fuck you thinking? Who the fuck you think you're fooling? What the fuck have you been drinking? No wonder why you're scared to put your hand to God. Not a single speck of moon dust on your landing pod. There's not a bigger bullshit fairy tale that you could cobble. You forgot the burn crater underneath the lunar module. Snap the fuck out of your trance. Turn off your television. Pull up your motherfucking pants. Shit is about to get enhanced. The music's about to begin. You better get ready to dance. Snap the fuck out of your dream. Don't believe a goddamn thing you see on that screen. Shit is way beyond obscene. Warriors are gathering, getting ready to intervene. Now the very people who've lied to you about their lunar landing have given the whole planet an uber misunderstanding. Circusy clowns nervously frown when you point out the computer-generated image of Earth that is perfectly round. We searched and we found all of these anomalies. When you put them together, it's comedy. The exaggerated nervia, using a fisheye lens just to fabricate the curvature. Half these so-called astronauts don't know what space is. You can see the duping delight on their Freemasonic faces. They are light years from logical. Is it oblate? Is it pear-shaped? It's absolutely comical. They can't seem to make up their mind. They're thinking you're blind. You know what? They're motherfucking right, so I gotta tell you one more time. Snap the fuck out of your trance. Turn off your television. Pull up your motherfucking pants. Shit is about to get enhanced. The music's about to begin. You better get ready to dance. Snap the fuck out of your dream. Don't believe a goddamn thing you see on that screen. Shit is way beyond obscene. Warriors are gathering, getting ready to intervene. Is it flat or is it round? If you're looking for the truth, it shall be found. Is it a disc? Is it a sphere? Do you really think the answer is that clear? Turn off your television. Pull up your motherfucking pants. Shit is about to get enhanced. The music's about to begin. You better get ready to dance. Snap the fuck out of your dream. Don't believe a goddamn thing you see on that screen. Shit is way beyond obscene. Warriors are gathering, getting ready to intervene.
Namely, in earlier times, it was easier to control 1 million people. Literally, it was easier to control 1 million people than physically to kill 1 million people. Today, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people.
I write books for all boys and girls, my students who will shape their future worlds. That's the purpose I travel the earth for. International institutions I work for. Little by little we unveil the crime. Revelation of the method will come in due time. Meantime, sit close to your TV while we manufacture your fake reality. I'll put my plans in a song, and as I destroy your way of life, I'll make you sing along. Psycho, 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 psycho. Educated well within your
paradigm, but you have no clue, you're a slave to maritime. Even if you think outside the bubble, I bet you've been convinced that I'm deeply troubled. Cause I said that on a CFR clip, but I hold all power with the superstar grip. Z-Big.
You and I both know Bill Clinton gave Arafat and the Palestinians everything they could have won.
Such a stunningly superficial knowledge of what went on that it's almost embarrassing to listen to you.
Pay attention to the glamour and the glitz if you want your world to keep spinning. Don't ask ridiculous questions to my minions. We molded your every opinion. You will cheer even if your team isn't winning. Very soon we will give you implantable chip to insert in your neck like an animal. Psychological, that is just part one. Then we use real big microwave harp gun. Z-Big, rock your bell. I should be arrested, investigated, and locked in a cell with no windows and caca on the wall. Forced to drink raccoon piss through a straw. Instead, I've been instructing your president. He'll be dead if he doesn't take his medicine. I groomed him for the job in Chicago. I got more connect than the mob. Anybody with half a brain should know that. I created Al-Qaeda for their blowback.
Psychopath extraordinaire. It's so easy.
Literally.
To murder millions.
To kill 1 million people.
Innocent people.
Literally.
Helpless children.
Today, it is infinitely easier.
I'm democratic response to Hank Kissinger. Not quite as famous, but a bit more shiftier. Helping you enjoy your paradigm fantasia. I engineered the domination of Eurasia. I must not tell lie when media asks why several million people must die. We will do whatever we deem clever to prevent the barbarians coming together. Cutting edge technology of the season. Manipulate emotion, control all reason. Z-Big Niv, not Z-Big New. That's Mr. Psycho to you. Disappear you quicker than I order pizza. You don't believe me? Ask my daughter Mika.
Smash your teeth in, whore. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm out of control.
Vladimir pop off. Bamboozled. It's just another motherfucking day. Bamboozled on the boulevard of broken dreams. Situation isn't always what it seems. You know what I'm saying? This is a warning. It's in effect. Ever since I had some time to reflect, they offered me a FEMA check, but I declined with respect. I told them all things equal, I wouldn't reject your plan, but I understand its intended effect. I know your cops are trained by Israeli commandos. I saw the coffins, the camps, the hollow tip ammo. I know you're paid experts in their extravaganza. I see them all on the TV pushing your propaganda. Dr. Phil said, yo, you should chill. Vaccinated your children and prescribed you a pill. They've been unwittingly trained to kill. Who cares who it hurts if it makes them a mill? Still, they can surely appreciate the myopic. They want the whole populace addicted to psychotropics. They manufactured your culture into their junior dance. It won't be long until you're ushered off into the camp. The nuclear wind is blowing, blowing in the breeze. Your future lies on knowing your true enemy. It's time to buy some bullets, cause the balance full of whores. If that candidate gets 4 more years, you'll get 4 more wars. There's a predatory gang of scheming scheming rats relentless, disinterest. Beat the motherfucker senseless. Freedom and truth must coexist, precocious. Woe to those who don't understand the symbiosis. You can't have one without the other. Like the First and Second Amendment, they go together, my brother. That's why when I'm admonished by someone who's shouting stop, I scream it from the peak of a fucking mountaintop. Voltaire taught me a lesson. You wanna know who rules, you just ask yourself who you can't question. Even Kennedy told you something's going on. Days after that, his whole dome was gone. Public ritual, so the public is fearing it. Done in the 33rd degree parallel pyramid. You get curious when they start throwing prices at you. Ask yourself, will you ever be a crisis actor? Nuclear wind is blowing, blowing in the breeze. Your future lies on knowing your true enemy. It's time to buy some bullets, cause the ballot's full of whores. If that candidate gets 4 more years, you'll get 4 more wars. We've all been bamboozled. We've all been bamboozled.
Something's fishy here.
Can you smell it?
Something's fishy here. Something's fishy here. I think it's gonna get more macabre. Something's fishy here. Something's fishy here.
Something's fishy here. Can you smell it?
Something's fishy here. Something's fishy here.
Something's fishy here. Can you smell it?
Send all judges to jam. Send all judges to jam. Send all judges to jail. Send all judges to jail. Send all judges. Send all judges to jail.
And that is where the treachery ends.
All judges to jail.
And that is where the treachery ends.
Send all judges to jail.
And that is where the treachery ends.
Send all judges to jail.
And that is where the treachery ends.
Everywhere. 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 Wake up! Everywhere. Everywhere. Wake up! Everywhere. Everywhere. Send all judges to jail. Everywhere. Wake up! Was fresh. Was fresh.
It's a shame we have to deal with this duality. You know, there's demons and there's reptiles. And unfortunately, most people have been hoodwinked and bamboozled by one of them. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame.
I'm that cat that's quick to put the bass in your face, adjacent to grace. I be escaping with papes from the bank depository. Skank, you got a story to tell? Keep that shit to yourself. I'm not about the glory. Fuck the fame and the bourgeois bitches. Honey, I want the money, yes, I'm all about obtaining riches. Then fuck this rap shit as well. Hip-hop is an actual place in which I dwell. More than a state of mind where actors illustrate a crime on wax and play the characters they made. Shut up and say your rhymes. Suckers get so upset to find out they don't own a set. I'm sorta like a homeless vet that didn't get his bonus yet. My fashion statement's making bombs. All the clothes I got look like they from the Lucky Shop over at Slayton Farms. Your material world don't meet expectancy. Illusions of grandeur. You're all fucking peasants to me. You think police want peace on the streets, man, you're blind. The prison district complex would lose its fucking mind. Their survival's dependent upon you committing a crime. It's not an accident, the system is wicked by design. You think police want peace on the streets, man, you're blind. The prison industry would lose its fucking mind. Their survival's dependent upon you committing a crime. It's not an accident, the system is wicked by design. The state's confusing you with a great illusion too while they fuck us. Democracy doesn't exist like juvenile justice. To them the youth is just rats. They wanna study at centers meant to prevent your downfall, but it's all done for money. And they make us worship papers and kill each other. After they outsource all the jobs and flood the streets with drugs, you will discover people are poor on purpose. Ask your mother. For capitalism to prosper, somebody's got to suffer. They've conditioned people to walk into expensive restaurants, oblivious to the homeless man that's lying in the entrance. Hundreds of billions of dollars for Pentagon defenses, while education funding ain't even seeing 1%. I wanna be a news reporter, cause I'm able to smile while I get into details about a gruesome slaughter. Set Charlie Manson free, stop fronting high class. You're all fucking peasants to me. You think police want peace on the streets, man, you're blind. The prison industry complex would lose its fucking mind. Their survival's dependent upon you committing a crime. It's not an accident, the system is wicked by design. You think police want peace on the streets, man, you're blind. The prison industry would lose its fucking mind. Their survival's dependent upon you committing a crime. It's not an accident, the system is wicked by design.
The system's designed and been so. People get them legal searches, then get the get-go. Designed to pinch those wicked woes fingerprinted. Trigger rigger submitted so kinder kids figure and spit it out the mouth. Mean machine, shot them up and locked them up when they agreed to freeze. You seen the scene, brutal chart arrangements, televised live like funerals or entertainment. Numeral cycle strike you will soon copy. Pushing the broom cause pushing is goons Illuminati's. True in, but probably murdered. Turned out the burglar just wanted a turkey burger by design. Divided the mind in line, side by side, some kind of crime. Winston Smith said it, then they left them bedded. Head itch ticking from each treatment that it speaks.
You think police want peace on the streets, man, you're blind. The prison industry complex would lose its fucking mind. Their survival's dependent upon you committing a crime. It's not an accident, the system is wicked by design. You think police want peace on the streets, man, you're blind. The prison industry would lose its fucking mind. Their survival's dependent upon you committing a crime. It's not an accident, the system is wicked by design.
Killy Philly, really living paranoid. Walk all around, this is a parrot ploy. They marriage toys with the big boys. And asparagus just isn't coins. Megaphone over the con camp. Yo, the boss Cobra rocking his God cap. Ain't none of these snakes fucking with me. I break their greed rates up in my dungarees. Some of my fellas be hungry. Hell, I'm sending death threats up in 33 companies. We got no choice, we got no voice. So stop, cock the Glock and keep the peace moist. Rolls Royce is where they wanna fuck us. Dump us and then run us the fuck over. The chauffeur, roll with car road. Say they sung discussions of clones and barcodes.
You think police want peace on the streets, man, you're blind. The prison industry complex would lose its fucking mind. Their survival's dependent upon you committing a crime. It's not an accident, the system is wicked by design. You think police want peace on the streets, man, you're blind. The prison industry would lose its fucking mind. Their survival's dependent upon you committing a crime. It's not an accident, the system is wicked by design.
The gold reserve got my tongue super loose and comfortably numb, more focused than ever and ready for whatever's to come. While Big Pharma got the populace wonderfully dumb, addicted to deadly drugs to keep them under their thumb. You're dealing with scum, handsomely paid to peddle poison. Enjoy something that grows out of the ground, that annoys them, destroy them. Let them know you're privy to their thin scam. Stand tall, don't ever fall for the flim flam. Most politicians are supporters of NAMBLA and actors who follow a script similar to Tony Danza. Who's the boss? It'll cost if you're a gambler. I'll disappear you off of the grid like Adam Lanza. My mantra, incarcerate inquisitors and put them on serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Pharmaceutical giants should lose all privileges, incarcerate their contributors, strip them of their visitors. All I got is a gold pot to piss in, a pole pot position, controlled opposition. They won't stop the mission, they don't got the vision. My cold got them shivering, I'm so hot, I'm sizzling. I am not a slave to the rhythm. The rhythm is a victim of an ancient predilection that I give them. The law of nature on which I base the decision. Obama was the president. That's when I voted for Shirley Chisholm. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. The treatment you're receiving is no different from stepchilds. You keep swallowing semen of these demons and reptiles. When will you learn? Pyros are working together, taking turns, and their only endeavor is to make it burn. Hey yo, I had enough of this. Justice Department suck my dick, fuck that bitch. I will force feed her the poison from a puffer fish. These snuffleupagus motherfuckers in love with this hot potato, but they won't even touch it with some oven mitts. Now that I understand the level of deceit, to keep these devils in their seat and let them pedal on the street. Their pathetic, apologetic rhetoric, they won't compete with the veracity and the tenacity that can't be beat. Suckers and tyrants, they both act as one. The best way to expose them is to make them act like one. Look at all these evil people making a killing. Literally, I'll make the gargoyles come to life and eat the people in your building. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. Word magic has let the oligarchy step on your voice. Man, I'm telling you, it's the pirate's favorite weapon of choice. Lady Liberty has been literally keeping people in misery. The context is more complex than the prison industry. They're parasitically feeding upon the citizenry, leading it, ritualistically feeding it so habitually. America's in a crisis, getting massacred by ISIS. You could be Al-Qaeda, so your constitution don't mean shit to me. You look suspicious, miss. Step out your car, please. Civil forfeiture, we're collecting like Barclays. We'll take your cash and we'll wipe out your cards, please. And trying to get it back is worse than ripping out shark teeth. I hate to sound unkind, but all that does is cloud your mind. I hope you get to take some time away from shit that makes you blind. My self-contained underwater breathing apparatus lets me see these sharks for who they are and come report the status. Sharks might not be surrounding you yet, but you just wait till the moment that you're drowning in debt. You'll be so much more than upset. You'll be loading your weapon, step into the eye of the threat. Sharks, they are all around you. One drop of blood and they start to surround you. You better stop talking to skanks. They seduce you on the ship and you're walking the plank. Sharks. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Sharks. Say what? Say what? What? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Sharks. Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? What? Say 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 what? Sharks.
450 members of Israel Armed Forces telling their government, hell no, we won't go. To the West Bank or Gaza, that is, declaring that while they would defend Israel with their lives, they will not serve in an army of occupation and have opted to do time in prison rather than a tour of duty in Palestine.
Your media content reflect that of a depraved lunatic with a bloodlust nothing can save. I'm amazed at the way in which Goyim behave, bowing to Zionists who vow to destroy and enslave. There's only one government in the Middle East who attacked America 2 times at least. They bombed a ship and left 34 deceased. With friends like them, you don't need enemies. Anytime somebody call attention to fake news and name the owners, and they automatically hate Jews. Anybody come at me with that and they straight lose. I paid dues, too many to fall for the great ruse. Understand the mechanism by which they operate. For their agenda to thrive, there's gotta be a lot of hate. I'm amazed at the ways in which you fell victim, obediently believing the lies you've been given. Hollywood news got you lost in the herd. This just in, all of your reports are absurd. I will expose the source of the scourge and never apologize or divorce from my words. Stand up, say no to the insanity. Grow some testicular, show some humanity. Your arrogance is outside the galaxy. It's not about reality, it's all about a salary. The central bank stole all your dues. Hollywood been dropping clues. The mainstream media confused. They are all run by Zionist Jews. The central bank stole all your dues. Hollywood been dropping clues. The mainstream media confused. They are all run by Zionist Jews.
I can answer you with 2 words. A war crime. My government is now engaged in a massive war crime, killing hundreds of innocents. It's not just a war crime against the Palestinians, it's a crime against the Israeli people. On behalf of thousands of Israelis that are demonstrating right now in the streets of Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, and in many other places, with Palestinians, with internationals, people from all kind of background and all parts of the Israeli society are completely ashamed and against this crazy assault.
So the question being asked is the government spraying toxic chemicals into the skies all over the world to stop global warming?
It's called geoengineering, and a growing movement of people say yes. They also say many of the illnesses you see today are a direct cause of what's happening in the sky. KMIR 6's Christina Pascucci investigates.
Because your priest will tell you that life begins at conception, but a priest will also tell you it's okay to suck his dick when you're only 12. With all the horrible shit that your priest is pumping into your kid's head, his dick should be the least of your worries. A little bit of mouthwash and a few years of therapy will get rid of that. That Jesus shit will torture you for a lifetime.
Just look at all of the degenerate entertainment they peddling to children who don't have the wherewithal to know what's better than nonsense. They're preying on the innocence with lunacy, drip drop, pish posh, poppycock buffoonery. The urgency is illustrated oh so beautifully. I'm sorry that it had to get to this level for you to see. You've been getting raped in your ass. Your advisors are akin to a snake in the grass, but you keep on listening while they're whispering in your ear. You don't hear the conditioning. I'm irate by the shit that I've been witnessing. That's why I must protect my state like militiamen. These sycophants are sickening, that's why I'm sticking them. And if I saw them all on fire, I swear I wouldn't piss on them. If anything, I'd put them on the grill and sizzle them and plate them up and serve them like a 3-star Michelin. Mega shekels. Keep your Congress critters kosher. Billions of dollars is coming out your pockets. Mega shekels. Make them do what they're supposed to. They fucking up Gaza, you're paying for their rockets. Mega shekels. What you wouldn't do to get them. You can't get enough of that. Oh no. Mega shekels. Don't you know how to play the victim? I'll be the judge of that. Call me the gavel breaker, the black roll burner and hassle maker. Take you to the desert, tie you to cactus and rattlesnake you. The actuator to facilitate the matter greater. Hit you with the agitator, serve you with the mashed potato. The equalizer, the whole of hoax complete survivor. The stranger in your chambers that's waiting to penalize you. The adjudicator, jury and execution major. You better straighten your story, there's retribution later. The vendetta broker, the philanthropic retina poker. When I was just 4, I covered my war with Hannibal Lecter poster. The freedom fighter, my legion is season, we cover the region wider. I'm squeezing you twice, releasing the vice and making it even tighter. The plug ripper, right out of the socket, let the blood hit you. Sending a rocket from Gaza that's stopping the gossip like I love Hitler. You trying to profit off somebody's conflict like a bug bitcher. Leeches, I bet you're speechless when the slugs hit you. Nothing you can do to stop me, might as well call a British Bobby. I don't give a flying fuck if you call a Yiddish lobby. Do whatever you gotta do to get off. I'll sharpen a spoon and hack your fucking head off. Mega shekels. Keep your Congress critters kosher. Billions of dollars is coming out your pockets. Mega shekels. Make them do what they're supposed to. They fucking up Gaza, you're paying for their rockets. Mega shekels. What you wouldn't do to get them. You can't get enough of that. Oh no. Mega shekels. Don't you know how to play the victim? I'll be the judge of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last President of the United States of America.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day.
Everything we want to sit and write in our midst, but we don't really give a fuck, that's the twist. Once you fall into the trap, it's a piss. Somebody took a bullet for your right to exist. When they slide that by you, they give you a rival, a rifle, your G.I. Joe. Hold on to your Bible, it's about survival. That is what it's read my flow. Everything is gonna be my way. See, I do not play with the CIA. In the dirt is where they must lay. You see, them motherfuckers murdered JFK. But that was also an outside job, just like 9/11 done by the Mossad. No doubt about it. Anybody who had a voice, Martin, Robert, Malcolm, name your choice. I'm on some wild shit this year. You bet your gums I'm in here. It ain't no fun to this dear. I ain't the one to miss here. I'm on some wild shit this year. You bet your gums I'm in here. It ain't no fun to this dear. I ain't the one to miss it. They've infiltrated your Patriot radio stations. Bee collectors are busy gathering information. This is no way to conduct a Patriot meeting. Council for National Policy is where they're eating. Yummy. AJ gets no respect. Pretty soon he will host a show with Glenn Beck. How much rat poison is in the tuna fish? When will they turn him into a lunatic? These are questions that I ask myself as I sit back and ponder how vast the wealth. The die's been cast, at last should pass the help. If you think that I'm lying, you should blast yourself. Ted Pike is a friend of mine. Mr. Jones booked him and then declined. Because he did not want to debate the fact that Israel is a rather little state. They call me anti-Semitic. Picture that. If that's true, I'm a Nigerian diplomat. The same old guest, he brings on the chit and chat. They sound like silly. I got a verbal dig for that. Mr. Jones, let me get this right. Jack Blood got bitched out by your wife. That's correct. Because he wasn't pushing your material right. Of course. I trust Jack Blood with my motherfucking life. Yeah. My balls are all out this year. It ain't no fun to this dear. If you don't trust in this here, you might as well slit your wrist here. My balls are all out this year. Believe I weighed the risk here. When patriots get rich here, you may be on the list here.
That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy. For it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local.
Pennsylvania a juvenile judge, has been sentenced to 28 years in prison for accepting millions of dollars in bribes to incarcerate young people in detention centers owned by friends.
1999, the morning after Halloween. The courtroom was jammed like a big can of sardines. Officer Hoss was testifying as to my arrest, but he was test-lying and my lawyer made him confess. He said he pulled me over because the exit that I caught was the wrong way, but that was not reflected in the report. He then asserted a probable cause for searching was smelling a drug, but nowhere on my person did they find as much as a nug. He did, however, retrieve what he believed to be illegal weapons after illegally searching my person and seizing the keys to the trunk to collect them. It should have been clear to all in attendance. My rights were violated by the law with a vengeance. My defense was way above standard. However, the Honorable Judge Lander banged his gavel with a smug candor. I was convicted of possession of destructive devices with the intent to deliver without a license. Soon as I walked in the door, I put the judge's name in Google. A local paper reported on his Masonic approval. It seemed he liked to canoodle with prepubescent pupils. My suspicion quadrupled that I had been bamboozled. I took a few belly breaths and I felt considerably calmer. I thought it was time to get a bit more acquainted with his honor. I saw photos of him with the Kids for Cash judges. He gets a lot of mail from a lot of angry mothers. He sent kids to boot camp for having a pill or pot, and I bet he got the same kickbacks Judge Chivarilla got. The only difference is he got the loot and got away, but let me tell you, fella, I can guarantee you not today. The Honorable Phil Lander will answer the allegation. If it doesn't satiate the court, there's simply no salvation. His buddy took $1 million in bribes while destroying lives. Something's fishy here, I think it's gonna get more macabre. Sitting in front of the Criminal Justice Center in a blue Mazda, waiting for Judge Philander to exit the building to follow him to his casa. I see him 620. What do you know? It's dark enough to switch the whole plan up and follow him into the parking structure. We got to level F. He turned around, startled, looking at me, so I started reaching for the devil's breath. I blew 2 grams of scopolamine into his face, put the bag over his head, gun to his waist. I told the judge to take me to his residence right away. He put the Lincoln in drive and then commenced without a delay. I brought a 45 in case the plan went astray, but the Burundanga had him ready to do whatever I say. But for good measure and my own protection, I needed to know that we were headed in the correct direction. Upon suggestion, he emptied his pockets outright. I saw his ID, Upper Merion, that sounds about right. I was familiar with the area, so yes indeed, when we arrived in his driveway, I was more than pleased. Here's your keys, let us go unlock the door. Entering the vestibule, I was cocksure. Phil, relax, let me get you some pie. Would you like a drink? I see you got some Rittenhouse Rye, that's my favorite brand. Is that a picture of you and Kobe shaking hands? Phil, you never told me you were a Lakers fan. My first order of business was to obtain permission to his laptop so I could nullify my bogus conviction. The good judge gladly gave me absolute access to ujsportal.pacourts.us. Whereupon I simply typed my name into a box. Hit delete, shit was sweet, it's like I just rewound the clocks. Then I exited the browser in a groovy style. Click computer, searched his hard drive for all movie files. 322 results, arranged them all by size. Clicked the biggest file and I just could not believe my eyes. It was Judge Phil Lander in the flesh. Saved the leather suits, leather whip, leather boots, leather vest. Dancing around the village people, it was not so cute. On top of that, the young man with him seemed to be a prostitute. Something made me want to hurt the judge initially, but I concluded he'd already hurt himself officially. I opened his Outlook Express and attached the file to all his contacts. Clicked send and it took a while. Scopolamine was wearing off, so I had to knock him out. Crushed up 10 grams of alprazolam and stuffed it in his mouth. Called the cops from the landline in his home. Took the keys to his town car and I was gone. I left his amateur video on pause front and center. What an adventure when the police enter.
Millions of dollars in kickbacks in exchange for sending kids to private detention centers.
You got 28 years behind bars for your crime. It wouldn't have been right if you got 29. Man, you should have got 80. Nailed for what you did to that lady. You got 28 years behind bars for your crime. It wouldn't have been right if you got 29. Man, this shit is so crazy. What you did to that lady. Murdered a baby.
Lucifer, strange and mysterious name to give to the spirit of darkness. Lucifer, the son of the morning. Is it he who bears the light and with its splendors intolerable blinds feeble, sensual, or selfish souls?
Lately I'm hearing a lot of Payday, you should make a little album for the children and teach them how the medical mafia make a killing. Tell them how they robbing their mom and daddy for billions. Training them for wars designed to murder millions. Show them how they made medical herbs the villains. Suppress technology that could have us all chilling. Years ago, that's just how I was tilting, puffing a spliff in Paris, up inside the Hilton, and it dawned on me undeniably, you can't claim sobriety when you've adapted to a sick society. The world is run by the meanest of men. Most heroin addicts are cleaner than them. The music industry will never let the truth spawn. Run by the same bloodsuckers who produce porn. The same parasites who've been trying to bomb Iran. How the fuck can I compete with Viacom? All I can do is hope I hit him with the ray gun. Tell him what to consume, what to stay away from. I alone am not the one to bet on. I cannot compete with some the redstone. All I can do is hope I hit him with the light beam. Wake him up, make him go to sleep and have a nice dream. The likes of me will never be a feature. I cannot compete with these creatures.
Mustard gas is tested on our servicemen. Bioweapon research, intensified advertisements. The guinea pigs were chosen, the people of Guatemala were injected with syphilis lethally for $1. General Douglas, MacArthur, and Cheryl Ishii deserved it. Live vivisections of humans gutted like sturgeon. Project Oak Ridge, the weapons grade plutonium injections, or they never bring any of these things to better elections. Mr. President, tell me about some Project 68, mind control, child abuse, Project MKO, to the state news. Everything about you down to the last penny. Majority of sheeple in this country living unconcerned. Drug-induced comas on patients that would persist for months. Mutagenic gases released that cause them painful bumps. Yellow fluid leaking boils, constant rising price of oil. The Navy spray pathogens over San Francisco. The soil's oversaturated to even release mosquitoes. To spread yellow fever, Atlantic City casinos. Most of the victims, they died and suffered amnesia. Coughing up blood from a pulmonary edema. Insane asylum patients were tricked into prostitution. Operation Paperclip saved them from prosecution. Is it me, or do they think that people's life ain't worth a damn? Hell of a damn, that song is over now, it's time for us to scram.
Is it he who bears the light? Doubt it not.
What's wrong with you, man? What's your major motherfucking malfunction? You're going to play God with somebody's life? What are you going to do when they turn around and play God with yours? You know who you are, but you'll go unnamed. But when I see you in the right setting, you know just what the fuck you're getting.
They've accused me of hate, and then hated me in return. Attempted to obfuscate and fabricate a concern for veracity, all the while falsifying the facts, misrepresenting the truth and slandering to the max my impeccable reputation for accurate analysis, poisoning my perspicuity into paralysis. To the profane, now their goal is achieved. They've been made to believe lies told by those who deceive. They've injected a perfectly healthy organ with venomous defamation intended to cause distortion. Their invective blinds the collective mind unnervingly. Now a coward's hyperbole turns into perjury. They took my generosity for taciturnity, questioning my paternity, they're dripping with absurdity. Those of the sort I see as lost and they're dead. When they come into my court, I order off with their head. Off with your head, that's the ruling. You duplicitous hooligan, who you think you're fooling? Off with your head, that's the edict. We'll saute it and make your fucking family eat it. Off with your head, respect the verdict. And if I do you a favor, you know that you deserve it. Fuck around, you could wind up legally dead. Off with your motherfucking
I settled for the loony bin to stay away from the who's gal. Escape from the psych ward, now I'm on the loose now. Listen close to the shit that I produce, pal, cause in the future I can guarantee you it's the new style. This modern day curse that can't do right. You're going to see the earth in a brand new light. They set you up with weapons of greed to get dependent now. Whatever you've been led to believe should get suspended now.
Woe to the parasites and those who elect them. They specialize in stretching your jurisprudential rectum. Mothers use their babies as weapons and judges let them. Lawyers circling like some vultures to capitalize on the bedlam.
Don't act like I can't show you some type of shit you never ever go through. Yo, I can get you used to some truthful shit to get you feeling youthful. Off with your head, that's the ruling. You duplicitous hooligan, who you think you're fooling? Off with your head, that's the edict. We'll saute it and make your fucking family eat it. Off with your head, respect the verdict. And if I do you a favor, you know that you deserve it. Fuck around, you could wind up legally dead. Off with your motherfucking head.
Winston Smith over there.
You're just the man I was looking for. What can I do for you?
My mic's so hot.
What do you do, sir?
My mic's so hot.
Big brother is watching you.
There is no way of knowing when the thought police might plug in on your wire.
This mic device is nice.
Yeah. 65% titanium.
2 plus 2.
45% plutonium.
Equal 5.
My mic's so hot, my fingers burn.
Even if I never put the pen to paper?
Every time I go to grip a bayonet, taking my respect, baby, they will learn.
I have committed thought crime.
I can't lie, it's no big deal.
And for that, they're bound to get you.
It's just in my nature to take you to places and give you funky flavors you can feel.
Sooner or later, but they'll get you.
They wanna interfere with my flow.
You simply disappear.
Cause they know what's gonna happen. I get my plan in action. I make the population psycho.
Always during the night.
Let the thought criminals be heard.
You were abolished, annihilated, vaporized.
See, I'm committing a crime by just spitting these rhymes and reading betwixt the lines they blur.
Your name removed from the registers.
Thought crime. I get it all of the time. I told my mom, she said, relax, it's all in your mind. And mom's is right 99% of the time. But this time, my word is superb and sublime. Thought crime. I get it all of the time. I told my mom, she said, relax, son, it's all in your mind. And mom's right 99.9% of the time. But this time, my word's superb and sublime.
Ouch! Even the names of the 4 ministries exhibit an impotence in their deliberate reversal of the facts. The Ministry of Peace concerns itself with war. The Ministry of Truth with lies. The Ministry of Love with torture. The Ministry of Plenty with starvation. These contradictions are not accidental. They are deliberate exercises in double-think.
I'ma have to strictly speak about the things I know to be truths, opposed to what you saw on the news. The map they give you is designed to get you lost and confused without a clue as to what's going on. You a frog in the pot, and the water's getting warm. You better jump like crisscross before you get boiled, sauteed, broiled, pureed, turn into fish sauce. Big brother watch ya with enhanced binoculars, sneak and peek, it's all standard like Sinatra. War is well rehearsed like the opera, behind the scenes footage, take 4, I gotcha. Locked in the Orwellian state with your celly and mate, trying to get some jelly from grapes, cause they've erased the taste of the wine from your mind's memory and replaced it with swine energy. I got news for y'all, the world is round, and 2 plus 2 equals 4. Thought crime, I get it all of the time. I told my mom, she said relax, it's all in your mind. And mom's is right 99% of the time. But this time, my word is superb and sublime. Thought crime, I get it all of the time. I told my mom, she said relax, son, it's all in your mind. And mom's right 99.9% of the time. But this time, my word's superb and sublime.
You're a slow learner, Winter. How can I help it? How can I help seeing what's in front of my eyes? 2 and 2 are 4. Sometimes, Winston. Sometimes they're 5 or 3. or all of them at once. 2 + 2. You must try harder. = 5. It's not easy to become sane.
These styles,
it's not easy.
They're similar to an assault piece. They eager to thwart these suckers are steadily petty. I'm heavily ready to murder your thought, please. 7 alarm blaze, Taze bringing the heat, chief. Sparking the bomb haze, puffing on nothing but sweet leaf. How could you knock that? Monster cock rap. These stuttering pricks keep uttering shit, they need to stop that. Whether slow-mo, mid-tempo, or fast-paced, my mic should be on display in a glass case. I keep down screaming my name, so glad to be here. But that's not the reason I came. I arrived with real life shit, do or die shit to sneak up on you like mob hits when I drop shit. Ready, steady, go. I got a very deadly flow, heavy enough to make the levee blow. All opponents will require stitches. I'm the world's greatest, like R. Kelly, pissing on your little bitches. Crime. I get it all of the time. I told my mom, she said, relax, it's all in your mind. And mom's is right 99% of the time. But this time, my word is superb and sublime. Thought crime, I get it all of the time. I told my mom, she said, relax, son, it's all in your mind. And mom's right 99.9% of the time. But this time, my word's superb and sublime.
War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength.
Later, I shall send you a book, from which you will learn the true nature of the society we live in, and the strategy by which we shall destroy it. We are thought criminals. We have that privilege.
March Winston Smith over there.
Yeah, you feel the burn? It's the one and only. You feel the burn? I'm about to excoriate them. You ready to learn? Bernie and Hillary supporters, mindless, sycophantic, social justice warriors. What you fighting for? Gay rights? You fighting for freedom? Transgenders? I endorse the lesser of two evils, only because you people hate them. And you know what? I fucking love it. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. Hey, yo. Goyim. You're looking in all of the wrong directions for solutions to problems that don't exist. Yes, you've been chasing these illusions. Apple falls on your head, you get a delusion, like Isaac Newton when he thought that he was illumined. I had a suspicion, but now with this my conclusion. Your mathematicians and your malfeasance has been proven. The ultimate victim you've been playing and portraying, and the shit that you've been saying, it's gonna lead to something gruesome. The jig is up, no more faking persecution. The retribution will result in your execution. The enemy better be ready to pay the restitution and all of the penalties concomitant with his intrusion. I cannot inhabit a place where the profusion of lies threaten demise of everything that's human. It's time to remove the band-aid and keep it moving. Extract the parasite and give the host a transfusion. There's no turning back, the plans have been laid. No games will be played, no compromises made. The monsters won't be spared when everything gets weighed. I'm throwing the grenade, the dragon will be slayed. There's no turning back, the plans have been laid. No games will be played, no compromises made. The monsters won't be spared when everything gets weighed. I'm throwing the grenade, the dragon must be slayed. Cold, harsh place, we are living. Nothing granted, nothing given. Only rented, only borrowed. If they could, they would disarm you tomorrow. How far gone will things have to be for you to finally agree with the things that I see? Caution must be thrown to the wind once you understand the problem if you're grown and you're men. Until you acknowledge the room for improvement, there will always be lingering doom in your movement. Your cognitive dissonance makes it half impossible to grasp the logical fact you're dealing with pathological behavior. It's like you want them to enslave you and make you all complacent when they offer you a savior. I wager every iota of hope is lost as long as you keep walking around believing in some sober cause. There's no turning back, the plans have been laid. No games will be played, no compromises made. The monsters won't be spared when everything gets weighed. I'm throwing the grenade, the dragon will be slain. There's no turning back, the plans have been laid. No games will be played, no compromises made. The monsters won't be spared when everything gets weighed. I'm throwing the grenade, the dragon must be slayed. I'm a psychiatrist, I don't need a piece of paper to pick up a DSM and see your motherfuckers are crazy. thinking you're chosen by some god that you invented. See, that's the dictionary definition of demented. When the host wakes up, that's something you cannot afford. You see, you've normalized shit that should be rightfully deplored. The second to the last resort's to strap you to a board. Either way, chin up, sweetheart, somehow we're gonna get you cured. It's an actor's paradise, they got you chasing ghosts. Extract the parasites, resuscitate the host. It happens every time, that cannot be denied. But it's a special time, cause it's gonna be worldwide. Do you like all your little girls imitating all these cheap Hollywood whores? Who the fuck you think put them there and keeps them there, gives them awards? It's an actor's paradise, you better stop chasing ghosts. Extract the parasites, resuscitate the host. It's time for me to drop that bass, replace it with an 808. I sucked away the soul, if this was all you think it's great. Parasites have set your pace, you've been relegated to a safe space. Call this a macro smack, you make me wanna break your face. Most wouldn't know the truth if it hit them. Smack dab in the head, they are victims. They have fallen for the trick and they're all up on the dick of a sycophantic prick who would stick them for 30 measly shekels. They'll kill their fucking mother, rob their father, pimp their sister. This is why I'm trying to talk to my brother. There's no turning back, the plans have been laid. No games will be played, no compromises made. The monsters won't be spared when everything gets weighed. I'm throwing the grenade, the dragon will be slayed. There's no turning back, the plans have been laid. No games will be played, no compromises made. The monsters won't be spared when everything gets weighed. I'm throwing the grenade, the dragon must be slayed. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally figured it out. At first, we thought it was the Eskimos. But now there's a strong consensus amongst experts. It's an entirely different animal. If I had to name a creature to maim and make the world a better one, there isn't a doubt that I would kick out these dirty, filthy leprechauns. They run into place right into the ground, so many afraid to step to one. If you grow a sack and focus on facts, you'll have to confront the leprechaun. They're pushing their porn and poisonous corn. It might as well be some methadone. Stop chasing a ghost, I've taken an oath to name these dastardly leprechauns. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. Whatever the crime, you know they're involved. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. Don't worry your mind, the problem's been solved. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. Turn over a rock and don't be surprised. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. If you banish them now, your profits will rise. The bill you've been sold, it clearly promotes a cycle of endless debt for one. They've taken your gold and given you notes. Now they do not know where the treasure's gone. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. This is my kind of place, crooked and sleazy. Stealing your gold is awfully easy. They're curious spies with spurious lies, stealing the secrets for better bombs. To drop on the likes of innocent tykes, their arms and legs and necks are gone. Their phosphorus dissolves the flesh. Now isn't that something to vex upon? They got the DU and napalm for you. What would we do without these leprechauns? I want me gold. Goyim? Wait a minute. Bad phraseology. Are you anti-Gaelic? The busters of myths have nothing for this, and so they turn into Decepticons. The moment you show opponents they know and start to acknowledge the leprechauns, the leprechauns, the leprechauns. You know that they did it, you know that they did it. The leprechauns, you leprechauns. You better get with it, you better get with it. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. You know that they're guilty of sin in the flesh. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. This horse is deceased, I'ma beat it to death. Whenever the Goyim refuse to relinquish the measly gold they might hold, there's always a Gentile in range to blame. You know how the story's been told. It's the leprechauns, the leprechauns. They rob you for all that you got. It's the leprechauns, the leprechauns. They're trying to fill up their pots. You know, in the final analysis, ridicule is my ultimate tool. Cause anybody who believes this mess is the ultimate fool. You feel me? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. Get out of here. And on a side note, you motherfuckers have been throwing the word shill and troll around too much. It's my sneaking suspicion most of the people using these words are shills and trolls themselves. Think about it. All along, it's been the leprechauns. And for you hateful Gentiles out there, remember, the leprechaun is not a fictional creature. It's a real entity that has been depriving you of everything, okay? Remember, the leprechauns. Yeah, you better beware and be on the lookout constantly for that ever-present, omnipotent leprechaun. Such a ubiquitous creature. And in a similar vein, I just want to tell you, I recently purchased some property in New Mexico with such a beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean. Sarcasm off. It ain't the leprechauns, alright? We have an international problem with the cabal, and if you consider yourself among that international cabal, it's time for you to go home.
I'm so glad you decided to join me. I hope you stay for the duration, and for all you simple-minded motherfuckers, I'm sorry about your attention span. Mr. Pays has programmed me to constantly remind you of the benefits of membership. And he said if you have any problems with anything, blow me.
I guess you guessed by now. I don't care, yeah, and my language is foul. Fuck it. Put all your complaints in a bucket. Tell the man from Kentucky, I don't give a fuck. Here's something you can suck. That's word to Uncle Chuck. You're all going straight to hell in a handbasket. How you let them look down their nose at you and auction off all of they skanky hoes to you? I guess you just figured that's what you're supposed to do, cause you're mentally conditioned, psychologically twisted. My freestyle's biologically manufactured in a petri dish to do whatever the fuck I wish. I can't believe nobody told you, my friend. I can't believe they bought and sold you again. We ain't got no time for silence. Tyrants must be taken out with violence extreme. I seen it in a dream. Check 1, 2. I do expect it to come true. We ain't got no time for silence. Tyrants must be taken out with violence extreme. I seen it in a dream. Check 1, 2. And I do expect it to come true. Yeah, I'm on some laid back shit. Just an example of the mood that you'll get paid back with. Here's a sample of the food, and I slayed that shit. Got the blood on my hands to prove it. You better move it before you lose it. Oops, you already lost it. Came in the game hot, and you just got frosted like a donut. I stay around snatching your air. Fuck a cop. You better call Captain Eclair or Sergeant Danish. I can make it painless right after I stick this plunger up your anus. 41 projectiles from the stainless. Make them put a thick chalk line where your frame is. I thought you was told you just been bought and sold. Your soul is just gone gold. But my soul ain't worth a mil, word to more deep. I walk around this town like I had 4 feet. You look tired as fuck, you should get more sleep. You been snoozing on my shit, I can see that. Bitches talk shit behind my back, yeah, I'll be that. But in my presence, you a stuttering prick. You should get a job somewhere, buttering dicks. You watching too many movies, uttering shit right from the script verbatim. I'm more classic than Art Tatum.
And for all you simple-minded motherfuckers, I'm sorry about your attention span. I'm sorry about your attention span. Mr. Pays has programmed me to constantly remind you of the benefits of membership. And he said if you have any problems with anything, blow me.
I know you're brainwashed from watching the news, listening to idiots and talking to fools. But most pedophiles ain't stalking the schools. They've acquired official positions, walking with tools. Smart enough to know a badge and a gun could get them away with murder, just for fashion and fun. Whether killing a priest or stabbing a nun, or icing a mistress who planned on having a son. Your collective soul was for sale, but they stole you. Now you've allowed maniacs to control you. Psychos have been appointed and elected. The whole system's corrupt, I don't give a fuck, respect it. My crew's true, and whatever we do, y'all's depressing, but I can never be blue. My favorite gun's from 72. I'll bust the sheriff and the motherfucking deputy too. Old school with my finger on the trigger, nigga. How the fuck your motherfuckers figure? You can fuck with the certified, bona fide. All your players is whack, plus your owners lied. Old school with my finger on the trigger, nigga. How the fuck your motherfuckers figure? You can fuck with the bona fide, certified. I love truth so much I feel obligated to murder lies.
I'm sorry about your attention span. Mr. Pays has programmed me to constantly remind you of the benefits of membership. And he said if you have any problems with anything, blow me.
History has shown your genetic disease, you're parasitical prone, you could never be pleased. Everywhere you've gone, you've been treated for fleas. It's time to delouse the house, we don't need none of these. Arming themselves to the teeth while taking Americans' guns, and all the time they having so much fun. Just take a look what they done, just take a look, just take a motherfucking look what they done.
They took the gold from Gaddafi and the petrol from Hussein, playing God with Assad's democratic regime. All over your Talmud vision, ISIS is seen, but their big plasma screen is a crisis machine. High definition for the Goyim, holy hola hoax, Ilya Ehrenberg's dream. There's too many facets for you to understand the plan, from plundering opium and lithium in Afghanistan to justifying a fraudulent crisis to attack Iran and finalize the greater Israel by taking Pakistan. Just look at the blue borders on their vile flag. The designer of that thing is a foul fag, acting like it represents Talit or this and that. But I have seen the 1947 Rabbi Fishman map. The greed, Lord have mercy, and when Iraq, Syria, Egypt, and even a little piece of Turkey. Tell me, when will your avarice cease? Time immemorial, you acted like nefarious beasts. I can't follow your holla hoax dollar score, especially when the Holodomor killed a lot more. I highly recommend it, that rhetoric, you should end it. Your anti-Gentile penchant has me very offended. And with a straight face, you embrace how it's right. You're overplaying your sympathy card again, Talmudite. The people you call Goyim are starting to awaken. And if you haven't noticed, they're focused on taking back their nation. Historically parasitic, utter degeneration. That is why you've been kicked out of 109 locations. The people you call Goyim are starting to awaken. And if you haven't noticed, they're focused on taking back their nation. Historically parasitic, utter degeneration. That is why you've been kicked out of 109 locations.
All I'm saying,
Chosenites lament.
God is not your real estate agent.
Philistine ain't for rent.
All I'm really saying,
Chosenites lament.
God is not your little real estate agent.
The Levant is not for rent. I can visualize the laughter when they pass the bill like NAFTA and tell you there's a crisis named ISIS they've been after. They're setting off bombs, they're chopping off heads. Whatever boogeyman they can get under your bed. And if you refuse to turn your state into a comprador, you can bet your petrol we're about to have a proper war. You're not allowed to have a sandstone aquifer for independence. What the fuck you think they killed Gaddafi for? They don't like one world enemies. This is the same pack that whacked Jack Kennedy. This is the same clique that kidnapped the Lindbergh baby and murdered it ritualistically. The system is comprised for a liar's disguise. The lower you're willing to go, now the higher you rise. The less empathy you possess, the more capital you'll ultimately be able to invest in their fraudulent enterprise. The Talmudic lies are meticulously stacked. If you're able to deconstruct, it's ridiculously whack. The Talmudic eyes are specifically rat. You heard vampire killers? This ain't different from that.
All I'm saying,
Chosenites better lament.
God is not your real estate agent.
Or they're gonna be forced to repent. My friend,
all I'm saying,
Chosenites better repent.
Your actions have been kinda flagrant.
I don't think you quite understand it. All your sympathy cards have been spent.
All I'm saying,
I wanna give you a firm handshake. Break your knuckles, knock you the fuck out, wake you the fuck back up, and make your Rachel Corey pancakes.
all I'm saying,
the things I see you celebrating are utterly disgusting. From your eating of homins' ears to promoting all these queers to your baby penis sucking. This is fascinating.
all I'm saying,
you must be my sugar.
God is not a real estate agent. Come on, it's not hard to understand, my man. All I'm saying, you're a trombonic. God is not a real estate agent. What you doing here? What you doing here? You constantly claim you're a genius while you suck baby peanuts. You like to mutilate. It's just a part of your nature. Disrespect your woman. Can you see there's a dichotomy? You'd have to be blind not to see. I mean, it's not about what you do to me. I'm simply making observations that I see. And what you accuse your opposition of is what you do. I rack my brain just trying to understand all of these atrocity crimes I see with my own eyes. Climate deniers got me hotter than a hoarder's head. Make me wanna take them way back into the slaughter shed. The engineering is so glaring it's a power shed. Imagine that, water coming out a German shower head. Oh my God, I'm so offended. He grabbed my arm, I think he bended. He grabbed my arm, I almost did a slide. I haven't felt this bad since my father died. These people have taste sacks. The psychological Ashkenazim disorder we should tax. It's so easy to diagnose. They feeding on the host, parasitic to the max. When they openly tell you that 43% of them are of the 1%, you know without reproach, without doubt, that you are in the right. These people, the temerity they exhibit is something that has got them expelled 109 times in the last 2,500 years. International organized Jewry. It's subversive in its breadth and scope. It can't be denied. One more time. International organized Jewry. They got your kids hooked on Israeli dope. Luciferian limelight. After my 25th suspension from Twitter, I have had enough. I'm aiming to eradicate these Hasbrouts and such. For them to beat me at this game, it is unlikely. Why they keep on crying out in pain as they strike me? That's a Polish proverb and it's accurate. Today, more than ever, you could say I'm an advocate of staying vigilant, diligent, and passionate. If you see me at their party, best believe I'm crashing it. Don't be so cocky, mister. Listen to Bobby Fischer. I'm forced to pick my favorite leader, then it's probably Hitler. Yahudis got your government drunk off their Nazi liquor. That's why I decorated my wall with Gaddafi's picture. I'm gonna pull the trigger, don't care how much they bicker. They bitch and moan, but it's been shown that they are prone to slither. Don't let them trick you with their treachery and get you sicker. Suffering from anti-Semititis, I got the elixir. International organized Jewry. It's subversive in its breadth and scope. You can't not see that. International organized Jewry. What you doing? They got your kids hooked on Israeli dope. It's deleterious. The judicial system is bent on sticking my type in prison. They don't like the wisdom we've been spitting from a sniper's vision. We are quite efficient, even with a slight incision. Honey, if you like precision, you have made the right decision. By their own admission, they delight in division. It's a tight condition trying to unite the schism. They destroy with the joy and without attrition. Shabbat goy they employ, know the algorithms. Now they've inundated you with lots of queers, crying crocodile tears, bottleneck profiteers. They are not subject to their common law, teaching you with common core, make you call your mama whore. Propagators of a global mind fuck, telling you race and gender is a social construct. I don't hate faggots, but homo, take it easy, confused. Chopping off your wee-wee, I'ma call you he-she. You can thank International organized Jewry. They made me do it. It's subversive in its breadth and scope. It's so subversive. One more time. International organized Jewry. You always knew it. They own your president and pedo pope. Let me touch on Freemasonry here for a moment. I am the antithesis of a proponent. I have got things that prove and simply shown it. Judaism for the Gentiles. Don't mistake my sentiment here, they are not super. But over the years they have learned how to dupe ya. You should come to your sense and get used to all these parasites and reptiles. Every single atrocity that's ever been listed. Look a little bit closer and you will see these misfits. They sunk the Titanic, how on earth you miss it? Iceberg, Steinberg, what's the fucking difference? I know you knew this shit. If your coffee gets cold, some little Jew probably came by and blew on it. Even Ben Franklin lit the campfires. He told you that vampires can't live with vampires. You fucking dummy. International organized Jewry. Yeah, that's a fact that only a clown would miss. You really gotta be a clown. International organized Jewry. If not for that, this world would be such bliss. Without a doubt. Up. Leprechaun, the whole world is watching as you do your little river dance, inching your way into territory in which you don't belong. International organized Jewry. It's subversive in its breadth and scope. International organized Jewry. They got your kids hooked on Israeli dope.
Reach the infectious zone and risk contamination by toxic cloud formations. Please do not continue into the quarantine zone. Stay where you are and remain calm. Please sit down and remain calm. Please sit down and remain calm.
I wish there was some kind of magical pill I could administer to everyone on Capitol Hill. You wanna call that thought radical chill? You must not be familiar with the factual deal. There's a power grab happening right under your nose. Re-education camps around and there's no wonder who goes. Open your mouth for suicide before the story's exposed. Whistleblowers disappear to where nobody knows. Say the wrong thing and your whole career is iffy. American-Israeli Public Affairs Committee. The real terrorists in question are getting by you. 9/11 was a blessing according to Netanyahu. It leaves you no choice what to do with the Mossad do and more. By deception, wage war. Your commander-in-chief don't run the motherfucking thing. You don't get to see the king, just a puppet on the string.
Puppet on the string. Wake up, stupid, the enemy is on attack. Puppet on the string. Walking around like your pretty boy Floyd. Puppet on the string. Gotta get rid of him. Point large, have a good journey. Puppet on the string. Don't even try begging for your life, that don't concern me.
If only appearances could show the truth, work would be so much easier. Yeah, appearances can be so deceiving.
Stone masters, skilled the craft, carved and built out of skills, Spartan heart and the tartan kilt. No strings attached, mind control, puppetry powers, kings of tech and influence from up in the towers. We search for tools of knowledge and wisdom, but are shaped by church or school, college and system. Follow, swallow, mimic, copy, learn and listen. Rules, boundaries, conservatism, determinism. Archaic games, and so many are played. Lined up in a charade, in a penny arcade. The workforce of business, tax and bankers' wet dream. Forced to work within this axial blanket extreme. Oiling the cogs, we can't dodge the machine. At war with the dogs because God's in a dream. We sit on the train, Mr. Citizen Plane. A whisper faint, just a spit in the rain. Riddling brain, look at the fleet we've become. Meat puppets marching to the beat of a drum. Forbidden things, we actually carry the debt. Hidden strings with actions of a marionette. It's dictatorship, an unforgivable prison. Choose scissors, wood chipper or invisible prison. Invisible prison, invisible prison, invisible prison.
Have a good journey. Puppet on the string. Don't even try begging for your life, that don't concern me. said.
I'm trying to tell you.
Peace, yes, they agreed to it.
That's how they think.
But here's what's going on in their head.
It's atrocious.
Yeah, it does not make a difference what a goy do. War plans are well in place to deploy you. As such, you will come when we call you. We can elevate your status or make it fall through. If you're on point, we ignore you. Unless you make too much noise and we destroy you. Economic warfare may appall you, but poverty's a weapon we've been using to assault you. Interfere here, we gon' have to saw you. In half you laugh, but I promise you it's all true. We feed them fluff and stuff that's god-awful. They happily eat it up and gobble every morsel. It's amazing what a fabricated war do. You don't comprehend the schematics. Poor you. It's a real tough space to crawl through. Fuck around, we'll call you anti-Semite. It used to work well and such. You only used it in the clutch. Anti-Semite. But you do it around so much, it looks like it's losing its touch. Anti-Semite. Tell me what you gonna do that night when everybody sees through that hype. Anti-Semite. It used to be a person that didn't like Jews. Now it's somebody that you don't like.
Legends as it's soon. We are getting nuked by Iran. That's a spoof. Credit Jews and Mossad. Can't stand Pilates. I juke my alarm. As bands of jihadis go oos by a bomb. Stop loose screwing and shoot via com. See through the lies of brute fucking bomb. Jews don't believe in no one Jehovah. Nobody thinks that you punks are chosen. Israelite Semite that comes ferocious. Pashtun prince from the sons of Joseph. Hungry vultures construct your cultures. Cucks say yuck and crush the roaches. Tons of hoaxes that blunt your movements. Y'all follow the line, it's just atrocious. Subvert manhood with a bunch of tricks. You hate real men cause you fucking kids.
It used to work well and such. You only used it in the clutch. Anti-Semite. But you do it around so much, it looks like it's losing its touch. Anti-Semite. Tell me what you gonna do that night when everybody sees through that hype. Anti-Semite. It used to be a person that didn't like Jews. Now it's somebody that you don't like. Anti-Semite. Don't think I believe this shit. That's not what I said. Anti-Semite. Peace, yes, they've agreed to it. But here's what's going on in their head. Anti-Semite. No, I don't believe that shit. That's not what I said. Anti-Semite. As they pretend to agree with it, at least you know what's going on in their head.
I know that you're very concerned about the civilian casualties. Well, we do not share your concern about civilian casualties at all. In fact, we're conducting these surgical operations against schools, mosques, hospitals, universities, children, and one of the things that we're doing is trying to maximize the number of civilian casualties. We prefer that. I know that you understand this, but if not, this is something that I don't have to explain to Americans, President Obama, you, and the international community. We do not share your concern about civilian casualties at all. Welcome to Jerusalem. Welcome to Jerusalem.
Anti-Semite.
Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you. You only exist out here because of me.
Hip-hop is such a powerful tool. If it wasn't perverted by corporate whores, many people would have learned by now from my man Chris, late 80s. Chuck D, my man Paris. The truth movement needs us more than other people. You shouldn't be opposing and throwing none of my potions out the window. They tighten in 17 versions jammed in the Pinto. I've been so caught up in the movement, it's ridiculous. The garbage these motherfuckers are spewing is fictitious. You get your news from Exxon and Mobil, and a dude nicknamed Turd Blossom who studied Joseph Goebbels. Nazis did not lose. The Third Reich just changed venues. Your military ain't trained to defend you. No, they are deadly, brainwashed heavily by Nazi propaganda. I just got off the phone with a retired commander. He told me military drills are the integral answer to understand the reasons for all the confusion. Good Americans duped into believing illusions. I love to grab the mic and brag it I'm the illest, but now I understand some Straussians are trying to kill us. What would you do if you knew the threat it really poses? And genocidal eugenics was right under your noses. What's fact is fact, what's shown is shown. If I was Bill Gates, I'd wager everything that I own. The people are well aware that there's an evil. They've been exposed. The killers are running scared, and now the emperor, he wears no clothes. The masses will be aware, and now the fascists are running scared. The solution, rip off their cloaks, issue them subpoenas and put them all under oath. There is no doubt about it. They will kill you without any kind of provocation, or for whips instructed Bush to build a nation. And magically it's happening.
Global domination through force, yes, and action. Your entire leadership renounced they oaths. It ain't who votes that counts, but who counts the votes. Listen, there might be 20 politicians truly looking out for you, and they even on a mission. Just cause they thinking of their grandchildren, children's future. Thank God for Cynthia McKinney, Jesus, hallelujah. I know for some of y'all it really hurts your grin, but it takes a big man, in fact it's Herculean. I respect Rosie O'Donnell rather highly, cause she got bigger balls than the bully Bill O'Reilly does. I've been briefed by Henry Kissinger. They wanna murder the truth and execute the messenger. You've been fooled into believing you're a genius. They mind fucked you with a 27-inch penis. The people are well aware that there's an evil. They've been exposed. The killers are running scared, and now the emperor, he wears no clothes. The masses will be aware, and now the fascists are running scared. The solution, rip off their cloaks, issue them subpoenas and put them all under oath. I'm by no means a saint, they are telling me. I've been charged with a couple of bogus felonies, but the very clowns who wanna throw me in jail are complicit in genocide on a draconian scale. They hate us for the liberties which we've been given, the freest place on the planet with the most people in prison.
The government didn't murder Kennedy, that's the folklore. And they ain't got the Constitution in a chokehold.
People are frightened, they're looking at the bigger picture. If you disagree with them, they liken you to Hitler, when it is in fact just the other way around. Look out for the truth, cause it's coming to your town. Maybe in a matter of days. 911 was an inside job, or be a household phrase. They've been withholding information critical, and they know if it gets disclosed, they're exposed criminals. There is no doubt about it. They will kill you without any kind of provocation. Wolf of whips instructed Bush to build a nation, and magically it's happening. Global domination through force, yes, and action. Your entire leadership renounced they oaths. It ain't who votes that counts, but who counts the votes. Listen, there might be 20 politicians truly looking out for you, and they even on a mission. Just cause they thinking of their grandchildren, children's future. Thank God for Cynthia McKinney, Jesus, hallelujah. I know for some of y'all it really hurts your grin, but it takes a big man, in fact it's Herculean. I respect Rosie O'Donnell rather highly, cause she got bigger balls than the bully Bill O'Reilly does. These traitors gotta pay, yeah. They're gonna get their day. God stand there, so the enemy is within. Lady Justice is crying tears. Oh, these cowards must be exposed till everybody knows. I can see your sheepish laugh. You think you wanna feel the burn? I don't think you'll ever learn. You're gonna vote for Hillary. My homie calls her Killery. Your two-party orgy is for suckers and for chumps. That's why I'll be endorsing Mr. Trump.
It's an endless battle for supremacy. You never know from day to day who just may be your enemy. You better learn how to navigate the bedlam, or chances are you just may have a day with red rum. You couldn't be that Pollyannish to think even a head of state couldn't simply vanish into the thick mist, going with the quickness, just like they gave the Goyim fiat money for Christmas. You're in deep doo-doo, it's a prudent bet when communists are making promises to pay your student debt. All your leaders are beholden to a mutant set. I can't believe the Goyim haven't figured out it's Jewish yet. Shape-shiftings, their innate gifting, making races hate to cause great divisions. Posing as the builders, but they hate lifting. They can play the evil Muslim or the great Christian. Demons and reptiles run your little two-party orgy. Goyim,
the greatest theft in the history of the world.
It's getting too tribal with Gentiles, and they're out to destroy him.
Some of them will move a company
money out of the United States if they can save 2 hours.
The demons will disarm you and invade your life. The reptilians will make you pay the price. The lizard and the devil both say they're nice, but no matter who you pick, you get major strife. Forget the silly things that you say you heard. The opposite wings of the same foul bird. That means they both move at the same damn pace. That means they both going to the same damn place. There hasn't been a man since UEP long to have this establishment panicking and moving so strong to subvert the will of the people which is spoken so loud. They convinced a couple of sheep, but they can't move a crowd. You milk toast liberals, what the fuck are you on? I don't give a flying fuck what you say about Don. You're a prankster, source like lackey. Trump is a gangster, not beholden to Maya Lansky. Demons and reptiles run your little two-party orgy. Loyal,
Soft, weak, little baby.
he's getting too tribal with Gentiles and they're out to destroy him.
They don't want to do it. To them it's sport.
ODD TV, Payday, Monsanto. Let's get it, homie.
They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. I came here to kick some ass just like Roddy Piper. These motherfuckers that walk among us, they got me hyper. But don't be chewing that bubble gum, it's got aspartame. It's a chemical directly targeted at your brain, just like the fluoride that they put in the water supply and all the geoengineering we got in the sky. I'm trying to tell you and I hope that you're hearing me clearly. This ain't no bullshit speculation, conspiracy theory. They live and they're controlling every move you make, from the apartment that you live in to the juice you drink. They give you television to help you ignore this prison while feeding you genetically modified organisms. They want us like the Walking Dead, just obey and consume. Don't worry about anything, keep awaiting your doom. To all my warriors out there, this is indeed my call. It's time to put a fucking end to this elite cabal. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
When they try to prove their spinning ball Earth, it's remarkable. All their arguments are absolutely fucking farcical. It's clearly been shown your problems aren't resolvable. Your theory has been blown into tiny little particles. The pharmacological drugs they got the masses on precludes them from putting their rowdy Roddy Piper glasses on. And even when they do, they're unable to gaze too straight, cause for most of them it's way too late for them to see past their conditioning. They will not be listening to anything outside their paradigm imprisonment. They are ensconced in a nonsensical certitude, brainwashed by devils to revel in their servitude. It's idiocracy, pure hypocrisy. Waking these dummies up, it used to mean a lot to me. But nowadays I wanna tip their canoes, and as they drown, tell them this is what you get when you snooze.
They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite. They live, we sleep. The alarm's going off, beep, beep. Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
Time to wake up to the deceit. Our whole reality's made up by the elite.
either put on these glasses or start eating that trash can.
Zombie rounds galore. Them things that go right through the wall. I keep them zombie rounds galore.
These motherfuckers really must be illiterate. Trying to read me a little bit, don't consider it. My business is a bit too intricate. Why you are limited to simple shit? Whoever permitted it is an indigent, morally destitute, chapter 11 idiot. These rappers hate me like the parking authority, cause I'm ripping it right in their face. You take up my space and you will be ticketed. It's no coincidence I'm so attributed to the most ridiculous flows administered. There's no equivalent. I've been blackballed, that's for real. Blackballed like Rugged Man when he told Jive Records, fuck your whack deal. But that's okay cause I proceeded to wreck it without allegiance to record companies keeping me vetted, investigated for lyrics I'm writing, tightening budgets cause they don't like it. I love it. Boy, here's my pipe, you can suck it. You think you're rocking, but you're dealing with pebbles. I am the holder of boulders and the revealer of levels. You catch me funneling weapons to Palestinian rebels, so there should not be a question of how I'm dealing with devils.
I got them zombie rounds galore. It only takes one shot to fuck your whole head up. Props to R.A. He gave you your turn. Rest in peace, Staff Sergeant Thorburn. I got them zombie rounds galore. It only takes one shot to fuck your whole head up. Props to R.A. He gave you your turn. Rest in peace, Staff Sergeant Thorburn.
This is a rapper bash fest. You can bet your cash, yes. 10 to 1 when I'm done, your paradigm is a smash mess. Unless your brain was injured in a crash test, you will walk away when I'm done saying to yourself under your breath, that's fresh. A lyricist that's fucking with me, they do not exist. And if you think somebody's coming close, then you should tell them this. My rhymes are toxic, it's only dummies who try and stop it. When I grip a mic and spit, it's like I keep defying logic. Keep telling yourself you're fucking with me, son, you're lying, stop it. You would have a better chance to fucking miss a wine tropic. These major labels can't give me a proper appraisal. They push an anal, I'll come in the office and give them a facial. Better yet, pop them with cranial shots to the fatal, slice the navel and seal they lips to fuck up with industrial staples. Pretty soon I'ma be taking the action and making it happen. For anybody faking the passion, I'm taking your rations, blatantly confiscating and smashing. Enough debating and asking, sitting, waiting and flashing. Taking it back to scraping and scrapping, graffiti DJing, breaking and rapping. I'll awaken assassins.
Zombie rounds galore. It only takes one shot to fuck your whole head up. Props to R.A. He gave you your turn. Rest in peace, Staff Sergeant Thorburn. I got them zombie rounds galore. It only takes one shot to fuck your whole head up. Props to R.A. He gave you your turn. Rest in peace, Staff Sergeant Thorburn.
Definition of a rap flow, video. Gotta be the livest shit I've seen since Run DMC on Arsenio. It better win an award across the board. If not, we know the judges were paid. It's nothing but fraud. And I ain't talking out my neck. Give me that. Where's Lock, Talib, Tone, Gene, and Vinny at? Rap contests are made for suckers. Just so happens half of the rappers that I fuck with are among the judges. In addition to the fact this beat is Jurassic, and the legends never die, LP is a classic. And this is not a dick ride or an ass kiss. Respect to everybody involved is massive. And be on the lookout for the medium midget. You see that? Pull out the toolie and load it with
I got them
Z-Max.
zombie rounds galore. It only takes one shot to fuck your whole head up. Props to R.A. He gave you your turn. Rest in peace, Staff Sergeant Thorburn. I got them zombie rounds galore. It only takes one shot to fuck your whole head up. Props to R.A. He gave you your turn. Rest in peace, Staff Sergeant Thorburn.
Zombie rounds galore. I got them zombie rounds galore. I keep them zombie rounds galore. Them things that go right through the wall. I got them zombie rounds galore. 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 I keep them zombie rounds galore. I got
Start popping. You better start popping. Start popping.
Every time I see a zombie,
Start popping.
every time you see a zombie,
Start popping.
every time you see a
I'm
zombie,
gonna start popping.
Hey yo, make sure you tell your good old family doctor down at the local Jefferson Monopoly. You want this new drug, ill tracks, you need it. You gon' need it, yeah. Yo, I'm not the best, and I don't aim to top the rest. Just drop the mess with speed, proceed with proper bless. Don't profess no sickness in this game. I confess, fuck the fame. My name's synonymous with aqua breath. Aqua lung, not the one easily shocked or stunned. Complicated like surgery done by Dr. Chung. Dummy, still on the streets, no bummy, no money. Thank God I can come and bless this beat. Yo, money, nose running. I appreciate the music that alleviate my soul. Hope I maintain control, never deviate from my goal of global domination through force, similar to the Wolfowitz doctrine in action. What you need, I got seeds at a fraction of the price. It's nice, guaranteed satisfaction. I prescribe medicine to heal your blues. Are you shy? Well, I got a pill for you. Tell your doctor. I was just reading about a little tablet. The television said it's magic. Tell your doctor. That's just how I would love to be. Can you prescribe that drug to me? Tell your doctor. Come from the pain and it hurts. I want the blueberries, not the peach ones won't work. Tell your doctor. These herbs scripts are worth $5 a piece. I'm trying to pay my rent on time this week.
Hey, yo. My doc got lots of shots and capsules with crock pot hot capital. Cattle ask you, get a hit of that, sip of that. Blow back, Joe's on Prozac, living that. I'm too good, you should get insulin. Too legit to quit since the Ritalin. Abusive, cause your cousin used to dream, but I was proof of the scheme. Too lit to even fiend. Side effects will cause a wider mess. Pill jaws kill y'all, no timers left. Percocets burning, sweats and pain. Nervous wrecks that put tourniquets and stand strain. Don't stress the man, I go off. So lofted up, yup, throwed off. My dick's Levitra, he leans the meter. Doc Spock and them gave Oxycontin, I didn't mean to be the stimulant. Diagnosed wrong, tell your doctor. You need the hard bar, long jaws like teleprompter. My speech speaks Xanax, Plan X. Depressed the man, pep, shit's intact. Stand that, the sheep stir, bargain with me. Even when shit's cheaper at the pharmacy. Pardon me, I sick in the symptom. Addicted kids, fishing them, yeah, come and get some.
I was just reading about a little tablet. The television said it's magic. Tell your doctor, that's just how I would love to be. Can you prescribe that drug to me?
My style's clinically proven to treat depression. Oh, I can cure that shit, but look how much more I get if I keep you stressing. See, I was given intellectual property rights, which means I can patent and own some plant life. Nature has given us the cure for cancer, but we own it and we keeping it, cause we cheaper than George Costanza. How could you not adore this new method I'm using? I create a problem, get a reaction, and offer the solution. Tell a friend, cause I'm eager to get your man hooked. Perception management methods right out of Hitler's handbook. Sponsored by Pfizer and Merck. Got you watching the game in pain, mixing Budweiser and Perks. Same one to put a virus in your hard drive so I can pop up like, is your computer running slow? Don't bother investigating medications I prescribe you. Fatality's extremely rare. Tell your doctor.
I was just reading about a little tablet. The television said it's magic. Tell your doctor, that's just how I would love to be. Can you prescribe that drug to me? Tell your doctor, I'm from the pain and it hurts. I want the blueberries, Dr. Peach ones won't work. Tell your doctor,
these scripts are worth $5 a piece. I'm trying to pay my rent on time this week.
pure shatter. I got my CBDs. Don't let them curse the sacred flower. You gotta take back your power.
I traveled astrally indeed, puffing on this stuff some people calling weed. Power to the people, fuck the stuff you heard. Get it straight now, they ain't fucking with my herb. I see hit piece after hit piece, and they're eating it up like it's delectable. Man, it's a shit feast. The magnitude of malevolence is exceptional. The fact they think it's edible is utterly incredible. I find it indigestible. This reprehensible spectacle is a festival of ignorance, unethical. Poisoning you under the cover of protecting you from birth. For what it's worth, they're bent on injecting you with a plethora of carcinogenic chemicals while looking down their nose at you, telling you that it's medical. These days, it pays to be skeptical about every single thing that comes out their receptacle. They love to shoot formaldehyde into your baby, then come lock you up just for selling fresh organic vegetables. This shit is way beyond belief. They demonized another leaf, and it is unacceptable. I traveled astrally indeed.
That's what the things you do.
Puffing on this stuff some people calling weed.
And let you know it's true.
Power to the people. Fuck the stuff you heard.
All that shit is fake.
Get it straight now, they ain't fucking with my herb.
I'm talking to all the snakes.
It makes me so sad to see these poor people falling for the okie doke. They think that it's a jokey joke until they yelling holy smoke. What they've been calling a weed's the sure answer. Cannabis does indeed cure cancer. They've legalized it, but I gotta let you know. Beware of Harry Anslinger 2.0. Another type of prohibition's happening real slow. Gradually only corporations will be allowed to grow. That means people like Monsanto. And once it's genetically modified, how will you know? And if they stick some labels on it, will you be a believer? Is your kosher cushion indica? Is your super skunker sativa?
They don't care about some people smoking marijuana. They want cannabis concentrates, persona non grata. These jokers take over your weed, it guarantees your sadness. It'll really do that shit you saw on Reefer Madness. Astrally, indeed, that's what it makes you do. Puffin' on this stuff some people callin' weed. And let you know it's true. Power to the people. Fuck the stuff you heard. All that shit is fake. Get it straight now. They ain't fucking with my earth. That's when they make a big mistake.
Populace intoxicated. Populace intoxicated. Populace intoxicated like never before. Populace intoxicated. Populace intoxicated. Populace intoxicated like never before. Populace intoxicated.
White collar welfare, I would cut it. Then chop 350 points off of it, now balance the budget. Fumigate every boardroom cluttered. With suits to theme, Lady Liberty obscene to the Republic. All executions would cease and desist. I'd immediately halt the production of microchips. Get the people prepared for the coming apocalypse. Then release tens of thousands of top secret documents.
Keep proximity and how my image be for infinity. All of your motherfuckers is using gadgets and gimmickry. You can't limit me, I will claim victory and reign infinitely. The Prince of Peace, this is he, Mr. P. Every time I come and flip it futuristically, I leave your legacy in utter mystery. Fallacies get ripped in three for gratis. The mic I grip for free, my wizardry will get me code status. See, this is legendary. You might as well just recognize it now or get caught up in the flurry of a whole bunch of poppycock hypocrisy. Mr. Pays a mutilate rappers and let off hypocrisy. You getting took, my brother? Waiting for the chorus, fuck a hook, my brother. Hey yo, you getting took, my brother, sitting there waiting for a chorus. Fuck a hook, my brother.
You wanna wear a mask? Then I'ma rip off your disguise. You gambling on ass and I'ma get up in your thighs. I don't care about all your evil. Mr. Pays is all for the people. Wanna wear a mask? Then I'ma rip off your disguise. You gambling on ass and I'ma get up in your thighs. I don't care what's the shit you talking. Just make sure it's the same.
I'm instrumentally twisted, essentially gifted to rent the empathy from nitwits who refuse to see their enemies logistics. Crimes of war tempting me malicious to react in a fashion that's premature. But see, I'm sensibly committed to reason. She's insatiable, but I tactically hit it. Idiots get their gray matter capacities restricted, no doubt. I goes allowed to keep my faculties the swiftest and dwell on several levels where there's no whack MCs permitted. Continuous visions with this, I just can't seem to see a limit. You just upset you need a gimmick. Feel free to diss it, but all your shit is scripted while I live it.
Who is it?
It's the green-eyed goblin agreed act. I'll freeze your image. Operate with sheer precision while I'll be up in it like a surgeon. The mic's like a virgin asking me to lick it. Clowns need to concede a minute. What I breed infinite, leave a disease inflicted. America's much needed sick.
When I wear a mask, then I'ma rip off your disguise. You gambling on ass and I'ma get up in your thighs. I don't care about all your evil. Mr. Pays is all for the people. Wanna wear a mask? Then I'ma rip off your disguise. You gambling on ass and I'ma get up in your thighs. I don't care what's the shit you talking. Just make sure it's the same shit you walk. Don't ever compare me with the internet locks. I tell you, I'm Fred Astaire. They Liberace Rockefeller. That means they just dance together in the elite squad that really and I ain't neat. Cause they guys gets trying to brag with a bunch of jewels. They all get smacked up in their head with their own tools. My microphone rules and that's about it. You pussy all mess around and get treated like that. And that's it, cause I stimulate them. They favorite MC, they imitate them. And it's just a chain reaction. Brains I'm smashing. Don't ever let the cannibal get ya. Treat ya like Hannibal Lecter. Delicious. You just a census worker that's trying to test me. I got some fava beans and nice Chianti. You want service? Watch me deliver. I'ma fuck around and eat your liver. Dinner on you wanna wear a mask? Then I'ma rip off your disguise. You gambling on ass and I'ma get up in your thighs. I don't care about all your evil. Mr. Pays is all for the people. Wanna wear a mask? Then I'ma rip off your disguise. You gambling on ass and I'ma get up in your thighs. I don't care what's the shit you talking. Just make sure it's the same shit you walking.
Mr. Pays dues. Signing off. It's Hip Hop Appreciation Week. Every week. North Filthy. South Filthy. West Filthy. Camden. Jersey City. Newark. Five Boroughs. Kentucky. Ohio. Texas. Cali. Georgia. Maryland and DC. Carolina.
I'll let you say a sentence, maybe two, max, until I think of my next diatribe, and then you better get ready to listen, because that's your place. So listen, yeah? You all need to become better listeners, okay? You need to listen to me talk. I got a lot to say, and you got a lot to listen to, all right? Because I started this movement, and you want to be part of it, you better get ready to listen to me.
You just came onto the scene out of the clear blue. I'm listening to you motherfuckers, wondering who told you to come in here and poison the well. Every single thing I hear is annoying as hell. Holding my nose and avoiding the smell. See, I put this thing together, you're destroying the gel. You keep talking reckless, so I'm so proud to dish you. You hijack my message, now you're trying to cloud the issue. Confusing it with things that don't pertain. The most preposterous shit to make it seem insane. I made it easy for you people to explain palpably to the sheeple how they're living on a plane. And this is what I get back in return. Bitches steer at my cause hoping that it crash and it burn. No. All of these Hasbro's they have to learn. And the respect they get from me they have to earn from now on. You were lost all up in the sauce, but I was there from the beginning. Hey yo, they trying to jump all on our horse and steer it off course.
Now the cat's out of the bag, agents are stepping in, but truth seekers like ODD TV ain't gonna let them win. Nope, watching these videos, it's a shit show. It's Mark hanging with that red-headed bimbo.
It's okay to be an info. I love to show my cleavage. Come to me for your info.
And past dear admits she used to work for CBS. So when you see her show, everything you see's BS. Super repetitive, trauma-based mind control. Flat Earth Clues brought to you by a higher troll. And then we got the next level agents like Neil deGrasse. If he said what he really knows, they would kill his ass. Shields will tell you the reasons to believe in gravity. They'll tell you Earth is photoshopped because it has to be. Shields to pay the bills, man, that's what it boils down to. They indeed live, and they're everywhere around you.
You were lost all up in the sauce, but I was there from the beginning. Patricia, get the fuck off of my horse, it's time to divorce. Einstein was a great plagiarist to begin, but even Einstein said he couldn't detect a spin. Now what on earth makes you think you can? Fact is, you've been tricked by duplicitous men. See, horizon means horizontal, that means level. Your lexicon has been infiltrated by little devils. They never been over the southern pole, it's all circular. Pilots scratching their head like, where's the curvature? But it don't matter how high you fly, it's all flat, from every altitude in the sky. You thought you could obtain that view, but just try, and you'll see the horizon always rises right to your eye. You give credence to cretins like Bill Nye. That lets me know right there you're not aware of the lie. I can't expect you to be in tune with it all. A year ago, you all thought you were spinning on a ball. You were lost all up in the sauce, but Patricia, get the fuck off of my horse, it's time to divorce. Thanks to ODD TV for joining me as we expose the containment unit put into place to misdirect, misrepresent, and muddy the waters of the static plane. Message to missteer. Fuck your fake civility and your hot potatoes. And Mr. Sergeant, from a game design standpoint, it's clear to see you're an enemy and an obvious operative. Let your handlers know you will not succeed in your attempts to mislead. No. I want to thank Mr. Eric Dubé, who's not afraid to point out the role that international organized jewelry has played. He's behind the resurgence of this movement. And anyone who has a problem with him has a problem with me. And is de facto chillin' for the flat earth.
Now, again, these people carried out 9/11. I mean, that's a fact. You don't want to believe it? Fine, don't go check it out. They carried it out. They had their official plan to do it. But even if terrorism was real, the borders are open. They fund the terrorist groups. They're doing nothing. They're using Patriot Act on everybody and anybody. Nothing, okay, the terror is real. The men in the cave hijacked jets and had NORAD stand down and ran drills of the exact same thing happening.
Reflex in the sky, warns you, you're gonna die. Storms coming, you better hide from the atomic tide. Flashes in the sky, turns houses into sky, turns people into clay. Radiation, minds decay. What y'all gonna do? Let's get it on. Chickens got a roost, they're coming home. What y'all gonna do? Let's get it on. I've been warning you, they're coming home. Soldiers, they wash their brain. The people who control you are insane. They got megatons, they wanna drop. All these neocons ain't gonna stop. Your trusted leaders lie. Innocent women and children die. Billions of mothers cried. Are you gonna let these monsters slide? They got megatons, they wanna drop. No, these neocons ain't gonna stop. They got viruses to kill a race. Go to Mickey D's and fill your face. This Big Mac is banging. Bovine growth hormones. What's that? Serotonin reuptake inhibitors. I never heard of them. They learned from SS Slaughter. Hitler was the first to fluoridate the water. There has been a plan to destroy our borders and have the people begging for a new world order. Chicken hawks are laughing like something is funny. The people wanna spend their fiat money. And if you believe these bona fide dummies, then you must believe in the Easter Bunny. What y'all wanna do? Let's get it on. I've been warning you. These neocons, they got megatons. They wanna drop. And if nothing's done, it ain't gonna stop.
Using Patriot Act on everybody and anybody. And they flew the Bin Laden family out here under Bush's orders by accident. And the CIA did insider trading. And told the Joint Chiefs of Staff at the flight of New York that day. And told Mayor Willie Brown at the flight of New York that day. And just all of that was just by accident. And just oh, okay, fine. They're still using all this to take our freedom with stuff that has nothing to do with terrorism.
Israeli parasitical committee. They're on the titty of sympathy, and it's a pity. Sucking American tax money, bloody Valentine. $4 billion a year to murder Palestine. Get yourself out of the daze. Your Zionist demon box is lying and scheming. Got you crying and screaming about some game that you lost. Like you played for the team, and it's a shame that you lost. You're dealing with predators trying to murder the messenger. Let us get to the root of the real evil, satanic or secular. Making a promise to make it atomic and become a sponsor. I'm seeing the carnage, and to be honest, I'm becoming a monster. The asymmetrical warfare declared on people unprepared is sickening and sad. You gotta be out of your fucking mind to call these people your friend. Murder your Talmud vision, then reload and do that shit again. How you expect people not to fight back when they keep finding themselves under constant attack? If you think it can't happen to you, that's whack. Throw a rock at
at a tank and get shot in the back. I said, how you expect people not to fight back when they keep finding themselves under constant attack? If you think it can't happen to you, that's whack. Throw a rock at a tank and